Well, it feels like a long time coming, but we are finally back at the Tiger Fieldhouse for some more BA girls basketball as the Lady Tigers take on the Capitol Hill Red Wolves. I'm Dylan Rivera. Alongside me is Coach Tiff Jones, and Madison Dildine is on the sidelines for us. Tonight, Coach, one of those ball games, I mentioned it in our Quick Thoughts interview that we're going to have here in a moment with Coach Coffey, that it is the kind of night where you're focused on yourself. You're not too much worried about what the opponent's doing. It's making sure you're doing your X's and O's correctly.
It's how are you going to execute? And I think really in this last week was so weird and crazy, like getting back into routine of things. How do we handle that, and to be able to come back and play on our home court and get back in the groove, because now we're in for the long haul.
Yeah.
This is it.
And that's been one thing that the Tigers have struggled with, is getting into a groove. Offensively, there have been a lot of struggles this season. Coach Coffey talked about that as well, as just getting the ball in the hole, and that's been a problem. And maybe this is a tough question, maybe this is an easy question, but how do you solve that problem?
Well, sometimes it's mental, and you got to figure out, is it a mental thing? Is it we need to get more shots up, like just in the gym in general? We got to get more shots up and get more reps. Sometimes it's just like it's, momentum is a crazy thing. Mm-hmm. And I have seen teams that have taken off literally in one night. They come out and they get on a roll because they had a really great game. And that carries them for the rest of the season just because it changes the mentality. And so that's what I expect for us tonight, is we've kind of had a little bit of a glass ceiling, it feels like sometimes, right? And we haven't been able to somebody's put an invisible lid on the rim. We need to take the lid off tonight and see if we can knock down some shots.
Absolutely. Well, I've talked enough about what Coach Coffey said, so why don't I let him do the talking now. Let's go to our Quick Thoughts interview with Coach Shane Coffey. Well, we're finally back here in the Tiger Fieldhouse. Dylan Rivera with Coach Shane Coffey, getting some quick thoughts before the game. Got Capitol Hill here tonight, but I want to kind of just go over these last few games. You haven't been here at the Tiger Fieldhouse in a little while, so maybe just summarize just what's gone on over these last few weeks.
It has been a long time since we've been here. We were just talking a little bit ago. It just seems like it's been almost a full month, but I know it hasn't, but it's been crazy this year with things. But the last couple of weeks have been some ups and some downs. Our biggest problem right now as a group is we're just not getting that ball in the hole consistently enough. And our kids are working hard every day. They're doing what we ask them to do on the defensive end, but when you're shooting in the 20 percentiles as a team on uncontested shots, and your opponents are in the mid-40s, that's hard to find that margin of error is really, really small for you to be able to get a victory.
Well, as you come into the Tiger Fieldhouse tonight and you take on Capitol Hill, this is the type of game where, generally speaking, the coach saying is you're going to focus on yourselves. So as you do that here tonight, what do you expect to see out of your girls?
Expect our kids to bring high energy. That's the point that we really got to be getting into going in here to the final run for the playoffs. Defensive rotations, I think, have got to continue to get better. With a younger basketball team, we've seen some growth, but there's obviously more to happen. And then our just movement without the basketball. I feel like there are times this season, particularly in the last month, that we have just kind of stood and watched other kids to try to go make plays and not relying on each other as a complete unit. And if we can get those things going, that'll be a success for our team going into tonight's game.
We'll tip off now just moments away between the Lady Tigers and the Red Wolves right here on ArrowVision.
Do it for the city, this is for the town. Do it for the sound, everybody get loud. Inside time, this about to go down, everybody get up.
Lights come back on here inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. The starting lineup for Broken Arrow, the usual suspects, and there our graphic brought to you by the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation. Audrey Dow, Gracie Sanders, Leah Peters, Soraya Matthew, and Janaea McCrary. Also brought to you by the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation is our keys to the game. Madison Dildine has the keys for this one. Madison.
Our first key is that we have to use our transition game to our advantage. Next, we need to attack the boards on both ends, play above the competition, and then play hard, play smart, and play together. Dylan.
Thank you, Madison. That playing above the competition thing is one thing that Coach Coffey had talked about with us, I think off camera actually, was making sure you don't end up playing down to the level of the 0-10 Capitol Hill Red Wolves.
Yeah, and really I think that goes back to, for a team, how are you going to execute? Take care of you. And some games it's more about the opponent, and some games it's really more about you and how are you going to – we want to play clean tonight, but we want to execute at a high level and get the shots that we want.
Ball in the corner with McCrary. She'll try a three-pointer. Left it short. Leah Peters offensive board and a foul.
And really a good look right off the bat. I mean, that was a good look from the three-point line, and we end up getting 2 offensive rebounds. I think that's one of the things we look at our point totals the last few weeks and how the offense has struggled. And one solution is get more shots up. If you're not shooting at a high level, how many putbacks can you get? Kind of trash baskets, you got to get some of those. And to go very far into March, you're going to have to be able to score on second shots.
Peters goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Matthew fouled as she got the offensive board. And it'll be on the floor. It goes
another offensive rebound, right?
Yeah, and it goes against number 23, Mallory Thompson. Mentioned there moments ago, Capitol Hill 0-10 on the season. 0-8 in district play. Broken Arrow now 10-7 on the regular season and 5-4 against district opponents. McCrary with the left-hand layup and an early start for Broken Arrow.
It's a good look offensively. Capitol Hill comes out in a 2-3 zone, and really we've got to work on getting the shots that we want to get, but really I think we need to attack the zone. I think it can be tempting to begin to stand on offense if you think the defense is standing, and so we don't want to do that tonight.
A jump ball will keep it with Capitol Hill, and an early substitution for the Red Wolves brings in Mariah Tatum, number 11.
It's like we need to work on just, once again, defensive intensity.
Tigers in man-to-man defense here. Ball loose on the floor, scooped up. Patient possession here for the Red Wolves. Thompson tied up again and a travel.
Well, just having active hands on defense. We're playing man defense right now. We'll see how much we mix it up. What do we need to work on tonight? Changing looks between a man, a soft man, but pressure in and zone, half court trap. We can work on a lot of different looks tonight. And once again, just game experience and executing in a game is different than executing in practice.
McCrary tried to dump it off to Peters. Pass off the mark and a foul goes against Peters.
Foul called on Tigers, number 23, Leah Peters. First personal foul, first team.
It's one of those things, it's been a while since we've been in Tiger Fieldhouse, right? But it was a lot of turnovers last time we were here, and that's one thing I know that Coach Coffey is not going to want tonight, is he's going to want to keep that turnover number as low as possible.
BA's averaging 14.1 turnovers a game. On the flip side, you always want that assist-to-turnover ratio to be proper. And
yes.
It is not for Broken Arrow right now, 11.4 assists.
So for those who are inquiring about assist and turnovers, and great steal right there by Peters.
Outlet pass to Matthew. Right-hand layup, good, plus the foul.
While they're getting set up, assist, that really is an indicator of how well a team is sharing the basketball. To be able to create a shot for a teammate, for them to, pass the ball to them to be able to score off that pass is That's good ball movement, and great teams really share the ball well.
Matthew rattles home the free throw. 5-0 start. Now, the other thing with that is Broken Arrow's got to be able to hit their shots. You might be able to clear up good looks and make good passes.
Yeah.
But with Broken Arrow, the way the offense has been going, we touched on this in the beginning of the broadcast, the field goal percentage, only 38%, three-point field goal percentage, 23%. The Tigers struggling from the floor.
Yeah.
That makes it hard to get that assist number up if you're just not hitting the shots.
Yeah, and like I said, there's really, it seems like a pretty – that's a nice one right there from Gracie. We'll take that.
For three with a hand interface and an 8-0 lead now.
Really it's a double-edged sword sometimes for teams. Some teams struggle with shot selection, so you shoot a low percentage. Some just mechanically are not very strong, and then other teams it can become a mental thing. And so, and you see teams struggle all the time with a variety of, one of those, two of those, or all three of those. And so it's kind of been interesting because we've made some shots early in the season against some quality opponents, and then we go for stretches where we just can't buy a basket.
Kick out, Sanders in the same spot, this time off front rim. Matthew the offensive rebound, and Capitol Hill gets the miss there. Stolen away. Matthew quickly back underneath the basket, fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line.
Soraya right off the bat filling up some stats tonight with steals, offensive rebounds, field goals, free throw. Here we go.
First personal foul, 15th foul.
And I think that's what we would expect from somebody that's coming back with her experience. On the floor, right?
Oh, yeah. Soraya has been a real constant for Broken Arrow, averaging 9.4 a game, and then rebounds department, 5.6 rebounds. That's second on the team, only behind Gracie Sanders. Scoring also second behind only Gracie Sanders. And has put together a really good season, and one that kind of was a little bit in question at the start of the year because she'd been dealing with some back problems, but was able to shake those early on, only missed the first game of the season, and is back in the rotation. Sanders got her own miss, but couldn't buy the second chance. Ball stolen. And now Dow running the other way.
Trying to get set right here.
Ball swung around. Sanders again. Corner three. It's good.
A little in out there right there. The ball goes into Peters, and she kicks it out, gets the assist, but it was a really good look by Sanders. But good job collapsing the zone down and to be able to get a wide open look from the wing.
First foul on Gracie Sanders there. And it goes out of play off of Capitol Hill. Tigers will check it in.
Once again, we need to play pressure defense without fouling, just be active. I think just be solid defensively tonight, and we'll create some turnovers.
McCrary on the left block. Great pass to Matthew to the right block, and an easy layup.
That's good offense when you can get the ball on one wing, and then once again, the backside of the zone had shifted too far in the lane, and it leaves Janaea open on the backside, and then it's just unselfish play. Giving up a good shot for a better shot.
One change for BA as they bring in Kylie Johnson. Johnson's usually the first girl off the bench for these Lady Tigers, and Scarlett Shell is generally second or third. And Sophia Vogel would be the other one, and they all three of them in those last minutes.
It's almost like you knew that was going to happen, Dylan.
Johnson's getting 15.8 minutes a game. Scarlett Shell 8.9. Sophia Vogel 10.2.
It's a tough spot to inbound the ball down there and have very many good sets out of it. And we just created a turnover by Capitol Hill catching the ball in the corner, and those sideline and baseline becoming two other defenders down there. It just makes it tough to get out of.
Once again, that corner open. Vogel now swinging it around. McCrary wants a three-pointer. No good. Rebound. Kylie Johnson, second chance, no good. Ball poked loose. Vogel has it, and Tigers still maintaining possession here.
Creating extra looks.
Matthew, power dribble, and misses the short bunny. And it goes Capitol Hill's way after a foul on Johnson.
That's just one of those, another example, like we had multiple shots inside of 2 feet, and being able to knock those down, even with a little contact. There wasn't a lot of contact, but there was certainly some, but we got to be able to finish shots like that, and that could be the difference between scoring 40 points a game and scoring 60 points in a game.
Broken Arrow right now averaging 48.5 a game, giving up 40.9 to their opponents. Stolen by Kylie Johnson, stolen right back by Capitol Hill. And now a travel. Good effort by Aguirre defensively to get the ball right back, but turning it over, and Broken Arrow going the other way.
Be nice to come down. We've had some subs come in and playing. I mean, we've played 8 players now, and that's a great look inside. Good seal by Sarai and entry pass.
Matthews got another bucket. And she is now up to, let's see, do my math real fast. That's 4 plus 2 is 6, now 8.
May take both of us, but we'll get it.
You weren't a math teacher, were you, Coach?
I was not a math teacher. I thought about it for a while. I will tell you, my math career ended for all of my math teacher friends. Calc 2 in college. I really like math, but Calc 2 ended my math career.
Yeah.
I'm just going to own it. I was glad to get out of that class.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Part of the reason I have a journalism degree is because I wasn't cut out for math.
I like math.
I was not cut out for it. I can do stats, but I cannot do like worksheet math.
Yes. School math?
No, not for me. Johnson drives baseline, draws some contact, and she'll go to the charity stripe.
And I think Johnson putting the ball on the floor right there, that's one of the things we talk about. You beat a zone, yes, by good ball movement, skipping the ball. But if you skip the ball, reverse the ball, you have to also attack a zone sometimes off the dribble. And doing that if you can make the zone move a few times, create mismatches and coverage problems, attacking the baseline right there, especially as far over as they're covering on the zone. That kind of movement's going to be open all night long if that's how they're going to cover.
Second free throw is good for Johnson. She's averaging 3.6 points a game on the season. You'd expect that number tonight to be a little bit higher.
Good help by Vogel right there defensively, just making sure just to be an extra body there, and they switch that, not really a ball screen.
Timeout for Capitol Hill. Greg Martin wants to talk things over. 1:21 to go here in this first quarter. It's a 17-0 lead for Broken Arrow. One change out of the timeout for Broken Arrow. Jaslyn Varner checks into the game. Speaking of timeouts, they're brought to you by TTCU. TTCU, you can show your school pride with their only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools. Every time you use it, TTCU has donated more than $360,000 so far. Stop by your favorite BA branch and support the Tigers today. Terms and conditions apply with approved credit.
Good defensive possession right off the bat. They get one shot, get one look at it, and Johnson gets the defensive carom.
Varner down underneath the basket, dumps it off. Johnson didn't get it up over the rim, but a foul down low.
Foul called on Red Wolves number 23, Mallory Thompson, second personal foul.
It goes against Mallory Thompson. That's her second foul. And Kylie Johnson goes to the free throw line again.
Well, Dylan, I think that with the story of the first quarter has been, we've had a lot of shots inside of 2 feet. And upping that percentage and being able to finish through a little bit of contact.
Johnson again goes 1 for 2 from the line. Varner can't buy the follow. Capitol Hill gets the steal.
And for Dow, the offensive rebound and the turnover immediately. And Scarlett steals the ball back in the backcourt.
Kicking it out to Johnson now. Shell, the lone senior on this BA roster. Starting to close out her final season with the Lady Tigers. Wants to buy a three-pointer here. A little strong. Varner the offensive rebound. Nice drive inside and a nice finish with the right hand.
Those are good points when you get somebody coming in, role players, and how are they contributing, not just defensively, but offensively, especially when you're struggling to score. What if your bench comes in and they all score 2 more points a game, or something like that. It can add up so quickly.
Stolen by Dow, and that closes out the first quarter. 20 points up for Broken Arrow. They get off to a fast start, and they'll look to put the foot down here in the second quarter, right here on ArrowVision.
Hey BA Tiger fans, now's the time to show your school spirit. Support your favorite school with the Broken Arrow School Pride debit card from TTCU Federal Credit Union. The only card that gives back to Broken Arrow every time you use it.
Since the program began, TTCU has donated over $350,000 to Broken Arrow Public Schools. That's a lot of support from fans just like you.
Whether you're a student, parent, or proud Tiger fan, your everyday purchases can make a difference.
With TTCU, you're not just banking, you're backing your school and local community. Join the thousands of TTCU members who are already using the Broken Arrow card.
It's super simple. Use your BA card and TTCU donates.
Thank you, TTCU, and thank you, Tiger fans. Support our school with every purchase.
Go BA!
Welcome back to the Broken Arrow Tiger Fieldhouse. I want to say a quick shout out to one of our One Club sponsors, Tulsa Bone and Joint. They're proud to serve as an official team orthopedist for Broken Arrow Athletics. With 4 orthopedic urgent care locations, you can walk in and see a specialist. No appointment needed. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward. Madison Dildine, our sideline reporter, was listening in to Coach Coffey in the huddle there.
Coach was pretty pleased with his girls after that quarter. He said, hey, good job allowing an entire quarter with just 2 shot attempts. Let's keep it up. Dylan?
Always a winning recipe if you can do that. There's an air ball attempt from Capitol Hill. And now McCrary across the timeline.
Interesting to see, is Capitol Hill going to stay in the same defense, or are they going to mix it up? Travel, yep.
Matthew turns it over right underneath the basket. Felt pressure. 2 Red Wolves closing in. So Capitol Hill looking for their first bucket of the ball game here.
As we come down, we're going to stay in man defense. We're just switching they're running the dribble drive up top, and
foul as Sanders picked up the loose ball. Was tied up by Jordan Thompson.
This quarter's been more disjointed than the first quarter, and we're only 50 seconds in, but it feels like there hasn't been any, there's been very little rhythm, I'll say that.
Slow out of the gates, but
yes,
it can definitely clean up over this next 7 minutes. Capitol Hill's been struggling this year. I mentioned they're 0-10 on the season. Shell fires away a three-pointer and gets it to fall.
Good look for her.
Shell averaging 1.9 points a game on the season. Going back to Capitol Hill, they're currently riding a 19-game losing streak going back to last season. Had a 3-18 record last year. And this season, scoring just 11.9 points per game, allowing 70.3. It's a 58.4 differential. And going back to the math.
That's a lot of math, Dylan.
I used the calculator for that one. I did not solve that on my own.
I was going to be very impressed.
Sanders wants a three-pointer, and she's got it.
Gracie says, I see you, Scarlett, and I'm going to bring one too. And really, I think about offensively for Capitol Hill to go really to a 3-2 zone. They've kind of flattened it down. There's only 2 people on the baseline to cover the corners. Offensively, you put your wings down just a little bit lower. You put them down below the free throw line, and it makes it really difficult for that baseline girl to come out and cover a shooter in that area. And so it's just, once again, taking what's the defense going to give you, and how are you going to attack different defenses. And so we've had really good looks so far, getting the ball wide open looks on the three-point line because we're flattening out the bottom part of that zone.
Dribble handoff, the Tigers double. McCrary pokes it loose, and a great scoop pass to Shell, who finishes on the fast break.
Defense creating offense, right? That's just, it's, boy, if you can score, not even have to run an offense, I don't know many coaches that wouldn't take that.
Elbow jumper, too strong. And the rebound with Peters. Last time around when these two teams met, Broken Arrow was able to get an 80-7 victory over Capitol Hill. That was on December 19th of 2025.
Foul called on Tigers number 30, Soraya Matthew.
That sounds like it's a really long time ago, right? I mean, I know it's 2025, but it just feels like, once again, the Christmas break, Snowmageddon, all the things that have kind of, things that coaches just,
Well, and I've mentioned this to Coach Coffey, is with this schedule that we've had for basketball this season here at Broken Arrow, with the one home game in January, it almost has been feeling like basketball season's been missing. You had 3 games prior to Christmas break. You have 1 game after Christmas break, and then you don't have any more home games until February. It feels like basketball almost hasn't even been in the gym.
What's happening? Where are they?
Yeah, they've been on the road so much.
The community might be asking that. I don't know. But we want to invite them back, right? Come back to Tiger Fieldhouse. Come watch our student athletes compete.
Absolutely. They've been having a good season at least. Broken Arrow is still young, still trying to go through some growing pains, and we kind of knew that was coming.
Yes.
With this year's team, but a 10-7 record, and Janaea McCrary hitting threes will help them get to an 11-7 record. They'll actually call that a 2.
Once again, I think we're seeing now, it's good to see us knock down some shots, right? And you can get more assists when you make shots, clearly, and so that's a key part of that equation. And so we are sharing the ball, and I think the goal once again is how are we going to execute and get the shots that we want, and don't play down to the level of the competition.
Audrey Dow coming right back with a three-pointer of her own. 3 different Tigers have hit 3-pointers in this quarter.
And I promise you that's a welcome sight for Coach Coffey and his staff.
3-point line has been a struggle. I mentioned it earlier, 23% as a team from behind the arc. Ball popcorned around, and Capitol Hill ended up with it. A foul on Gracie Sanders. That's her second foul on the evening.
Sanders gets the steal on one end, and then as Capitol Hill collapses in on her, just once he described it as popcorn. Yeah, kind of just bouncing around, and we give it right back to them.
Sanders ties it up. A jump ball that'll stay with Capitol Hill.
I was thinking about all the things that Soraya just continues to provide. Another steal for the Lady Tigers.
And Sanders again driving hard to the rim, a lot of contact and a foul. Sanders will go to the free throw line.
That's something as a coach you're like, okay, make sure that people are okay. We don't want to get somebody hurt. I was just thinking about Soraya's just been so consistent this year, just doing the things that need to happen. Sometimes they're on the stat sheet, sometimes they're not, but she's just so consistent. Kind of makes me think about that, like 1990s, they talked about those Volkswagen cars that were always the Farfignugan. It was just like the excitement of that consistent vehicle and how cool it was. And Sarai has been so consistent for us. I mean, it's just been cool to watch her during this season be Miss Consistency for us.
Free throw good for Sanders. That's not what I would have thought of with consistency, but I'll let you think that.
Listen, sometimes you got to go old school, right? Got to go back a few years before some of y'all were born. My generation, they would definitely remember those commercials.
I'm sure there's some viewers at home that are nodding along. 34-0 after the free throw from Sanders.
Oh, there's a screen and a lot of contact out front.
Hard screen, but both players back up to their feet. Johnson, outlet pass. Nice spin move, but couldn't get the finish. Ball goes out to McCrary. She weaves between Red Wolves and a jump ball.
Number 5, Sophia Vogel.
Now Coach Coffey will bring Sophia Vogel onto the floor.
Certainly checking on Gracie Sanders out there. All right, a lot of contact. What an opportunity to give Vogel some minutes tonight. Once again, when you start seeing a freshman get some varsity minutes consistently. Johnson with another board.
Johnson was fouled after the offensive rebound. That's the 4th team foul on the Red Wolves. Vogel right underneath the basket, able to get the layup to go.
Great look on the out-of-bounds play, an assist from McCrary. Another turnover.
Got a carry on Capitol Hill. Vogel's done a nice job, 4.4 points per game, but I know one thing that Coach Coffey has been really excited about is her ability to shoot the basketball and stretch the floor. Obviously, that's one thing that the Tigers have been struggling with this year. I don't need to keep harping on that, and having a freshman out there that can keep defenses honest is definitely a welcomed addition to the roster.
Yeah, and that's something when you've got someone that can knock down threes, it does stretch the defense. And if someone's going to sit in the zone, you know, how can you reverse the ball and get those looks? Another steal by McCrary out top.
Layup good on the other end.
When you don't have people that can knock down shots from the outside, that defensively they just sink in there and clog up the lane, and you got nowhere to go inside. And so, and we're not a team that's got a 6'3" post girl inside that can just dominate. It's just different and different matchups, and so being able to make the defense come out and open up things for your teammates is, once again, that doesn't always show up on the stat sheet, but when somebody is I know Johnson thought she had all ball right there, didn't she? She was like, I don't know about that call.
Capitol Hill goes to the free throw line for the first time tonight. And it's Cherish Pappin at the charity stripe. Always got a big crowd on hand when it's jump rope night. And you can see at the very bottom of your screen some of those jump ropers making their way down underneath the stands.
It's always very impressive. The Aspen Creek Jammin' Jumpers. Love it.
All the moms and dads get to come out, the grandparents, everybody gets to see their kids jump roping. Some of them are really impressive.
They are.
I remember this from last year. Some of them are doing tricks I don't think I even would have thought of, much less be able to do.
The pogo stick, jumping rope on a pogo stick. Yeah,
unbelievable.
Dillon with 139. Pappin knocks down a free throw. It's the first point on the board for Capitol Hill tonight.
So it's 40-1 now. Vogel will fire up a three-pointer, and it drops.
Ball went down in the short corner, which collapses that 3-2 zone, really flattens it out on the baseline, and then Vogel gets a really good look from the wing.
Capitol Hill working the ball around, trying to find an opening in this Lady Tiger defense. A quick shot fired up, no good, and a tussle for the rebound. Anaya Johnson hit the floor pretty hard. And it stays with Capitol Hill.
Once again, we just need to work on. Johnson's been, solid defensively all year, but she's really getting after it defensively tonight. And deflection by Scarlett, steal by Dow.
And this will be an easy fast break opportunity for Audrey Dow. Left hand layup, good.
Defense to offense. Think back to those some of the great teams, collegiately, or also even going back like to the Lakers with Kareem and everything, but just defense to offense and how many points can you score in transition.
Points off of turnovers, certainly a big marker of successful teams. You see a lot of teams that have really capitalized on those stats and really are able to turn defense into offense.
Yeah.
They're always amongst the top teams in whatever league or division they might be in.
When you think about even like the Pistons and the Bad Boys back in the day. Another three for Shell there. But it wasn't that they were just going to always just knock down threes. They just created so much and got extra shots to create good offense.
Well, the first half closes out with Broken Arrow in front by 47 points. It is 48-1. Broken Arrow way out in front. Obviously, this was a little bit expected tonight. You kind of knew this was going to come. Broken Arrow just trying to make sure they work on themselves and take a good look in the mirror tonight and see if there's anything you can fix before you get on to your next game.
Well, execute, and I would say knock down some shots. And we certainly have with 48 points in the first half, so I think Coach Coffey will be pleased with some things when he comes back out from halftime.
Our halftime show is brought to you by St. Francis. Quick read for them as St. Francis Health System and Warren Clinic are here for your family with convenient primary care options across the region. As your home team for healthcare, visit stfrancis.com to find a provider and location near you. We'll keep things here because we have a St. Francis halftime show in the building for you. The Aspen Creek Jammin' Jumpers.
Tiger fans, we have a very special treat for you at halftime tonight. Please
Well, there you have it, the Aspen Creek Jammin' Jumpers. I told you you were going to be impressed.
It's
Some
very
of the
impressive.
most special jump roping I think I have ever seen in my life. But they definitely put on a show. And as we round out halftime here, I want to say thank you to Quick Trip. They are one of our One Club sponsors. Tonight's game brought to you in part by QT, proud partner of Broken Arrow Public Schools, investing in the future of our students. Thank you, Quick Trip. We'll take one quick commercial break. Come right back for the second half here between Broken Arrow and Capitol Hill.
Coach, first question, could you jump rope and be on a pogo stick at the same time?
Probably not at my age. Maybe when I was about 10, I probably could do it, but not anymore.
Okay, in all seriousness, what did you learn about your team in those first 2 quarters?
I think the biggest thing today, we haven't been home in a while, and it just feels good to be on our home court, playing in front of our fans, all this and that. But our kids played hard. These are tough games to kind of get yourself up for. And we just challenge our kids to make sure they're bringing energy in all that they do and offensively really move the ball today. And I feel like we really have done a good job of the ball movement, which has created wide open, uncontested shots for our team. And if we can learn from that, we're going to be able to go a long ways in the playoffs.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Scratch the commercial break then. We'll keep it here.
Yeah.
I did not know we had Coach Coffey down there on the floor, but we're all good. Coach Coffey, as you said, certainly going to be pleased with that first half. And
Right.
as he had said, just seeing the ball movement, that's something we had touched on in the early part of this ball game, is getting more assists, seeing the ball whiz around offensively. Those were all positives. And, of course, anytime you're up 48-1, it's all positives. But still certainly things that if you're a head coach you might be able to nitpick at or say,
Sure.
let's maybe clean this up or that up. But so far, all positives right now.
Say it's hard to argue when it's 48-1.
Yeah.
Coaches will always be unhappy with something like we had too many turnovers. We should have finished more shots off. But I think once again, this is one of those games that maybe this is what gets us on the roll that we need to be. I mean, it's February, which is kind of crazy, but I mean, we've just got a few weeks of regular season left, and then we're getting ready for playoffs, and so. Maybe this is what we need to catapult us into being where we want to be in the postseason.
And surely Broken Arrow happy to see a quarter like that, because last time out for Broken Arrow was a 62-27 loss to PC North. Broken Arrow scored 28 points just in that second quarter, so outscored their own game against PC North in that 1 8-minute period of play. But tough outing on the road, because it was the lowest point total this season for Broken Arrow, and the biggest loss since Shane Coffey has taken the helm here at BA. Lowest scoring game since they scored 27 points against Edmond North on December 9th of 2022. And that's going back to what we had talked about, the growing pains that you're going to see throughout this season, and hopefully that leads to big strides into next year.
Absolutely. And, the cool thing about this team is they do have a lot of skills, and they've got a lot of the pieces. And once again, it is just momentum is such a crazy thing, and there are teams that you want to be playing your best basketball not in December. You want to be playing your best basketball, going into February, when we're February, and hopefully you're getting to play into March. 2 weekends in March is even better. But to keep getting better and better, and so we've had a rough patch. And maybe this is, once again, one of those nights that just kind of gets us. I'm going to say right now that Coach Coffey's not going to be happy with that. Like just picking up a reaching foul just because it's there, that's one of those kind of – you don't want to get in bad habits defensively and reach against a team when you're up 51-1. Move your feet and just have active hands and pretend like, guard them like they're there we go. I'll take that, says McCrary.
And Sanders running out in front of her. McCrary gets the assist off of another Sanders bucket. She opens up quickly here in this third quarter with 5 points.
You don't want to create bad habits tonight. That's what you don't want to do. And I know that's kind of crazy when you look at the scoreboard, but defensively, don't do things poorly. That was a good job closing out with hands up, being tall. Creates a turnover. Oh, he called a timeout there. I thought they were going to get it. Thought it went out of bounds there for a second.
So it's 53-1 with a quick timeout brought to you by TTCU. And you know what? Let's take that commercial break we owe you.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Right back into the action here at the Tiger Fieldhouse. 5:50 to go here in this third quarter. Broken Arrow in front by 52 points. Pass bobbled by Capitol Hill, and a turnover. Be Tiger basketball.
Like Dylan, for this group right here, for our starters, you wonder, yes, how many minutes or more minutes are they going to get tonight, and being able to get some other players some playing time tonight. Interesting to see how long Coach Coffey leaves them on the court.
Ball poked away by Sanders. I did ask Coach Coffey about the health of the team. Is everybody healthy, everybody good? And he said, other than a few nicks and bruises, everybody's ready to roll. So as far as game shape goes, it sounds like no real issues there.
Right.
So definitely don't want to create one tonight.
No, not at all.
So I would imagine the starters won't see much of the fourth quarter.
It's a good defensive discipline right there by Dow, just to go straight up. And great pass by McCrary.
McCrary was eyeing Matthew the whole way down the floor, connected, and got the bucket.
That pass, even you said she was on, is like sending a telegraph, kind of like circa like the old western town of Deadwood, gonna send a telegraph in. Calamity Jane or something like that.
Well, those two players certainly have a lot of chemistry.
Yes.
They were in the lineup last year as well, and really coming back as the mainstays this year for Broken Arrow, at least out of that rotation. You add in some talented players in Peters and Sanders, and Dow steps up in the rotation as well. It's a great group of players. Like you said, the key pieces are there.
Yeah.
It's just going to take that growth period, I think, before you really start to see it all click.
Yeah, think about that, how they've progressed even since last year. Well, here we go, Dylan. We've got some subs coming in.
Take the whole starting unit off the floor and bring in 5 different Tigers. It'll be Scarlett Shell, Kylie Johnson, Jaslyn Varner, Sophia Vogel, and the first appearance tonight of Kyra Johnson.
And it really is. It's just development, getting better. Are we getting better every day? And I know that's what Coach Coffey wants, is to just continue to develop and get better in every aspect of the game. Offensively, defensively, playing discipline.
The clock is running here in this third quarter. I just noticed that as the ball went out of play. Jump ball, and it goes Capitol Hill's way.
A lot of contact down there, Shell. I think took a shot to the face there. I guarantee you Johnson's going to get after him defensively.
Ball's loose again. Capitol Hill recovered, but then turned it right back over. Kyra Johnson getting the steal. Varner the outlet pass. Shell to Vogel. And Vogel's got to pull it back out. And now Shell lines up a 3, and it's lasered right in.
It's like good ball movement. I mean, Vogel loses the ball on the layup and was able to get it under control enough to be able to get it back out and reverse the ball around, and Kylie Johnson picks up an assist.
Vogel and Shell trying to rip the ball away. It's another jump ball, and this time it'll go Broken Arrow's way. Seen flashes of Kyra Johnson throughout the season, 5.2 minutes in her limited number of appearances. The rest of the rotation usually hangs out around 8 to 9 players, so you see the most of the rest of them on a nightly basis. As Varner gets another mid-range jumper to go. She's had a couple of those tonight and shows the mid-range game isn't dead just yet.
I love it. Yeah, there's definitely, for people who have been around for a long time, a little travel there, but they let that one go. just the idea that, you know, shooting threes or layups or dunks, especially in the boys' game, and that mid-range jumper, 10, 12-footer, 15-footer is just pure basketball.
They call it a lost art nowadays.
It is. It's not flashy enough for a lot of people, but
I think some of the most effective scorers in NBA and college basketball are the ones who really master the mid-range shot, though, because you do see so many players that are able to score at the rim and so many players that are able to shoot the three, but that mid-range game can really separate you.
Yeah, and I think, you know, great players, what are the shots they're working on their own, you know, in the gym when nobody else is around, and a lot of contact on that shot. Vogel gets to go to the line, but really being able to shoot a high percentage from 10, 12 feet out, that's tough. You know, especially if people are going to run at you and you can take one dribble in and just knock down a 15-footer, create mismatches. It's an undervalued part of the game by a lot of players. I think great coaches understand the value of it, but once again, it is a little bit of a lost art.
Vogel goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line, bringing the total score to 61-1. Vogel, a freshman, as we had talked about earlier, showing a lot of promise. Talked with me in the preseason about the relationship she has with her dad and how her dad got her into the game of basketball, and spends a lot of quality time with her family. Loves spending time with her grandmother, who's up in Kansas as well. Definitely a bright future ahead for Sophia Vogel, and certainly excited to see what she looks like even just next year, which is a sophomore.
She'll be someone that we see probably a bigger change than a lot of them, because she is going from a freshman to her sophomore year.
So certainly going to see some more time out of her, more touches from her. I also think Jaslyn Varner's got a bright future. She's a really effective player. I saw her in the summer when they did their summer camp out at ORU.
Yeah.
And she got off to a really hot start. I think it was against Newcastle was one of their scrimmages. And she just jumped out of the gates and hit maybe 3 or 4 shots right out of the gates. And it felt like, oh, my gosh, they've got a star in the making here.
Yeah.
And it still feels that way sometimes when she gets hot and she gets going.
She's got some tools.
She's an effective scorer.
Well, and I think what you just said was, you know, a minute ago about Vogel and family. And I would say so many times in athletics, what you get out of it and the person it makes you is so much more valuable than the wins and losses are always going to be. And so what kind of person it forms you into in your work habit and how to be on a team and have a common goal with people. And so those are those things that I think that athletics teaches us way outside of what's on the court.
Third quarter comes to a close. Broken Arrow with a 61-1 lead. 8 minutes left in this ball game. Keep it right here, live on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Welcome back to the Tiger Fieldhouse. Our presenting sponsor tonight is Shields. They're a proud partner of Broken Arrow Public Schools. From Nike to Hoka to Adidas, find all the iconic brands you love with the experts to help you choose. We'll have you feeling and performing your best right here at Tulsa Shields, located at the Woodland Hills Mall. Fourth quarter action, Dylan Rivera with Coach Tiff Jones. Madison Dildine on the sidelines. 61-1 lead for Broken Arrow over Capitol Hill. And unfortunately, this is a little bit of the norm for Capitol Hill. They've only had 4 games with double digits this season and don't seem like they're on track for their 5th here tonight.
Nice steal Kylie Johnson defensively. Once again, one of those areas where she's really makes a difference in the game.
Kyra Johnson missed the bucket down low. Pass poked by Shell. Kyra Johnson just hounding the ball handler. Now Broken Arrow the other way.
You're looking for discipline. Coach Coffey's looking to offensive execution, that discipline, but once again, let's get the shot that we want right now.
Johnson comes around a couple of screens, kicks it out to Shell, who wants a three-pointer. No good. Varner all by herself for the offensive rebound and the finish.
It's good to see Varner's contributing, and once again, just those, you see some of those skills by a lot of these players, and as they become more and more complete players, what do they need to work on to improve, to continue to improve. There's never a time where you can quit improving. Ain't nobody that good. Michael Jordan still shot a lot of shots every day, didn't he?
Johnson gets the finish through some contact. Nice job by Kyra Johnson on the fast break.
I do want to recognize, Dylan, just the Capitol Hill players. Nice drive to the basket right there, but a lot of people would be like, why? And they're out here, they're competing, and they're giving great effort as student athletes, and they're representing their school to the best of their ability. And so it is if you coach long enough, and some of us coach for a long time, it's a lot of times you spend time on either end of the continuum as far as being in the top and then struggling with seasons just to win any game whatsoever. And so the score should not take away from the fact that those ladies are putting in work every day. They're working hard in practice and giving their best effort. And so we should value their efforts also tonight.
Absolutely. Got a second point up on the board from a free throw, and it is now 65-2. Good ball movement, and Johnson's fouled on her shot attempt.
I think this is really important. Once again, something that just doesn't show up on a stat sheet is how do all the players react on a team when it's not the first five or the top seven or the best player? How do we react when other people are in the game? And we see a substitution right now, Dylan.
Getting a lot of new faces out there on the floor for Broken Arrow. First appearance from London Shine, number 32, softball star. And McKenna Bolware also out there, number 21. And number 20, Emma Campbell checking in. Leah Peters also making another appearance in this ballgame.
Great teams celebrate all their teammates and their contributions, whether it's on the court or how they cheer from the bench, how they support. And it's a fun night as a coach when you get everybody in the game, when you get to play a lot of people and reward some people with some playing time in a varsity game. Like that's one of the highlights that any coach gets to enjoy.
Free throws tonight are brought to you by First National Bank. The student section and the children in the arena were rooting for that free throw to drop because they're sitting at 66 points right now, Coach.
Yeah, I'm every educator in America knows.
That's enough said, isn't it?
Yes, I promise you it is.
And now there will be an opportunity as Peters goes to the free throw line. You could see all smiles on the bench and on the floor for it. It's not over yet.
No.
The trend still lives.
No pressure. No pressure at all. But, yeah, that's the most excited I think our students have been tonight. Get ready, Dylan.
Free throw drops. There are phone cameras out for this. That free throw was so important to this ball game.
I'm struggling to figure it out, but okay, yes, absolutely.
Second one dropped, so it didn't stay 6-7 for too long.
Yes.
It's 68-2.
Yes, so many things that all of us are wondering in life, right? We would just say bless them.
going forward for Broken Arrow. Their next contest right here on their home floor. Back-to-back home games. How about that?
I know. It's hard for you to say that, isn't it?
Taking on Stillwater this Friday night here inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. And, of course, we will have the game for you here live on ArrowVision. Fortunately, we will not have Tiff Jones. So if you're tuning in just for Tiff Jones every night, sorry, we will not have her.
Yes. But listen, there'll be some great minds sitting over here with you on Friday night.
We will have a couple of fill-ins.
Yes.
And I don't know if we should reveal it or if we should make the people wait.
I think it should almost be like a mystery of who is it going to be.
We'll hold on to the secret until Friday, right at the time of tip-off. How about that?
Maybe that should be the new contest is Guess Who the mystery guest analyst will be.
Analysts, plural. We have 2 of them.
Could be. You never know.
This is Emma Campbell at the free throw line. Again, free throws brought to you by First National Bank. First National Bank of Broken Arrow is the oldest family-owned bank, originated in Tulsa County and Broken Arrow's oldest business, serving this community since day one and still all in for our schools, our students, and our Tigers. That's the First National Bank of Broken Arrow. Offensive rebound for London Shine. And a jump ball. It'll stay with Broken Arrow. Coach Randall King usually makes his way out to the basketball arena to see these ball games. Getting to see one of his softballers out there on the floor here tonight.
Right, Coach King is just a supporter of Broken Arrow Athletics, isn't he?
I saw him at the wrestling duel the other night as well. Bullware with a very short jumper just rolls off. Sidestepping, no good. Now Capitol Hill pushing it onto the offensive end of the floor. Three-point attempt is left short. Broken Arrow will get to close this ball game out right here.
Well, here we are, the final 10 seconds of the contest tonight, and we get to advance down, and the score is 69-2 as the final buzzer is about to go off. There we go.
So Broken Arrow improves to 11-7 on the season. They'll be 6-4 in district play. Certainly not the record you want to have, but this is maybe the kind of game that you can right the ship and really start to rattle off a few wins.
Momentum is a crazy, crazy thing, and so I've seen it with teams before, and it's just crazy what can happen in either direction when you get some momentum. So we're going to go on the positive. So this is what we needed tonight, and continue this on Friday night as we defend our court against Stillwater.
As far as tonight goes, we've still got some boys action to follow. Broken Arrow and Capitol Hill boys going after it here in just a few moments. Should be a good ball game for Broken Arrow to get a win in their column as well. On the boys' side, there's Tigers 14-3 overall. Capitol Hill boys 0-14. But the Lady Tigers get things started with a 69-2 victory, and Coach Shane Coffey's got to be happy, Madison.
Coach, how does this win help set the tone for the rest of the season?
You know, I think we needed this game just from a confidence standpoint. The ball was going in the hole a little bit more tonight, and I think that got our kids excited. We've had some really good conversations and practices in the last couple of weeks. We were really rolling well in the Carl Albert tournament, and we had that snow break, and it kind of took us on a nosedive again. But we bounced back really well. Friday's going to be a really big game for us.
You were able to clear your bench tonight. How valuable is it for some of those girls that we don't typically see to gain varsity minutes?
Oh, it's huge. You know, and developing a program, that's what it's all about. You've got to make sure your kids are getting rewarded for their hard work, and they understand that the speed and the pace of game is a little bit different than JV. And once they see that, it's just going to help them grow, and it's going to help our program continue to progress.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Coach Coffey. And again, Stillwater up this Friday night. Broken Arrow was able to get Stillwater a victory out on the road earlier on this season in a big way there as well. So you should be able to string together 2 wins here this week on your home floor. See the ball go into the basket a little bit, and certainly that'll right the ship a little bit, at least offensively, if nothing else.
Yeah, I think so. And just once again, that momentum that goes into that is going to play out. Really, that's a key term right now, and we need to be able to chip away and chip away and chip away and pick up wins right now, because I know that, you know, it's one win at a time, it's one quarter at a time, but we needed that, and the confidence alone sometimes just to take a breath and be like, okay, because you can be executing well and the ball not going, and it's very frustrating. And so for us to be able to execute and have the ball go in the hole tonight, like that's what we want. I think that's a good sign right now.
Before we close things out, 2 quick shout-outs to one club sponsors, the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation. They have the Read to Succeed program where they've distributed over 22,000 books to BA second graders since 2021. Visit bapsfoundation.org to see how you can donate. Also, the Arrow Group, they're a division of Alliant Insurance Services, proud to support Broken Arrow Public Schools, based here in Broken Arrow. They provide risk management and insurance programs for businesses across our region. From contractors to manufacturers to professional offices, you can trust the Arrow Group to protect what matters most. Well, Coach, any closing thoughts on this ball game? Obviously a big win, so a lot of positives, momentum, as you had said.
Yeah.
Should be able to carry that over.
We want to invite
Anything
the community
else?
to come out, right? It's another home game.
Yeah.
Might have surprised people. So Friday night, let's come out. Let's pack the Tiger Fieldhouse as Stillwater comes to town, and we're going to defend our home court on Friday night.
And you also can't say, well, I got work in the morning, because you know what? It's
That's
a
right.
Friday night.
There you go.
You got the weekend
Come on,
coming
people.
up, so definitely should pack the field house. Should be a great chance for the Tigers to get another victory on the schedule. Well, for Madison Dildine, for Coach Jones, I've been Dylan Rivera. We've got one more ball game coming your way, so don't go anywhere. Keep it right here live on ArrowVision. Welcome into the Tulsa Bone and Joint pregame show live here on ArrowVision. We're inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. Feels like it's been a long time since we've said that. Dylan Rivera here alongside Adam Winkin. Madison Dildine is on the sidelines for us. Another edition of Broken Arrow basketball. The boys taking on Capitol Hill tonight. An opportunity for Broken Arrow to get a win, get back in the win column after losing to PC North on the road the other night. And this is an opportunity for Broken Arrow to, as I said in the girls' game, have a good look in the mirror and kind of reflect on themselves and where they're at right now.
Yeah, look to see Broken Arrow coming out of the locker room very focused. I spent some time with the team and the coaches in their pregame talk, and you could tell that the students, they're ready to go. They're ready to get back at a game at home. We got a lot of home games coming up here for the next couple weeks. But you can tell that they're focused, they're ready to get to work, they're ready to hustle, they're ready to get back onto the floor and really start to look at some of the adjustments that they've made after losing the last game. They're looking forward to later on in this month, and tonight's the first step of how they want to play at the end of this month and in March.
I talked to Coach Jones about this last game because it was pretty similar for the girls and the boys in the sense that the offense has been a little bit of a struggle as of late. And Broken Arrow boys offense has struggled to put the ball into the hole a little bit, and last time out against PC North finished with just 37 points. That was their second lowest point total on the season, second only to Mustang when they scored 32. So really slow start in the first half, really, but the Tigers have got to get the offense going. How do you do that here tonight?
Well, look for them to be aggressive from the start. They're going to try to put some points on the board quickly and try to force Capitol Hill's first time out to be a double-digit deficit. They really want to get on the board. They want to get to the basket. They're going to take open cuts. They're going to take open shots. Look for them to be very aggressive in their first offensive possessions.
Well, before we get to tip-off and before we get to a plaque presentation for head coach Bo Wallace as he reaches 300 career wins, we'll step aside for his quick thoughts prior to the ballgame. Well, Tiger fans, we're back at the Tiger Fieldhouse. Dylan Rivera with Bo Wallace. Quick thoughts before the game gets going. Capitol Hill in the building, but before we get to this one, I want to go back. You guys have been out of the building for a while. You've been on the road. Just summarize these last few games.
Crazy. With all the weather and all that, just trying to find time to get in and practice. You know, we after the Jinx game, we practiced, I think, Monday, played on Tuesday. Our tournament got moved up to Wednesday, Thursday, and a possible Friday. So, you know, you go down there, you play, you don't have any practices. Friday, we get home, I think it was about 1:30 in the morning. So we obviously didn't practice Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, the gym was closed. And then so you just turn around and go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, trying to get your feet back underneath you and then go up to PC North and play in that game. So been a little crazy, but that's par for the course of the basketball season.
Absolutely. And now you're at least back on your home floor, and that's got to feel pretty good. You got Capitol Hill here tonight. This is the kind of game where coaches will always say that they want to focus on themselves tonight. So in doing that, what are you looking for out of your boys tonight?
Well, I think the biggest thing is we've been really harping on our guards that we've got to do a better job of rebounding and not just giving up easy baskets. Like we don't have enough guys that are averaging enough rebounds in my eyes that they should be averaging. So that's what we're going to really worry about. Also just getting more ball movement, making sure we're executing the offensive set, making sure we're talking defensively. So all those little things, and then continuing to make sure that we're playing hard because I think that takes care of everything.
Absolutely. We'll see how it goes down. Tip off now just moments away live here on ArrowVision.
Slip and slide records. Finna take it to the highs. Just get on up and get down. We don't play, we take it to the highs. MIA, take it to the house. This the way we take it to the house. Take it to the house, take it to the house. 305, take it to the house. Oh, we got that fire. Take it to the house. Slip and slide, take it to the house. Take it to the house, take it to the house. 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 Take it to the house.
300 career wins on January 20th. Coach Wallace has dedicated 13 years to leading our Tigers with passion, determination, and unwavering commitment to excellence on and off the court. All right, fans, it's now time to meet the starting lineup for the Capitol Hill Red Wolves, coached by Malik White. Starting off with number 3, Nehemiah Cole. Number 10, Jaden McKenzie. Number 21, Daniel Martinez. Number 23, Kevin Perez. And number 35, Ethan Weiss.
The starting lineups for both teams, Capitol Hill and Broken Arrow set to do battle, and it's the usual suspects for Broken Arrow. It's number 2, Oliver Wallace, number 4, Corbin Dow, number 5, Coy Lemons, number 22, Aiden Clark, and number 32, Troy Bell. Our new starting lineup graphic there brought to you by the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation. Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation also brings us our keys to the game, and Madison Dildine has those for us.
Our first key tonight is that it is about us and our execution on both ends of the floor. Coach King said we need to minimize turnovers on offense, and that means maximizing opportunities for each other to score. We've got to share the sugar. Last but not least, defensively, we have to keep our man in front, which means staying connected and being relentless. Nothing can come easy. Dylan?
All right, Madison, thank you very much. Tip-off, and the Tigers win it. Broken Arrow back on their home floor for the first time since January 15th. Only the second time since December. Certainly happy to be on their home floor, be in front of their home crowd, trying to get the offense going here today. Down on the perimeter, swinging it around. It's Wallace now. He'll try a three-pointer, and he's got it.
It'll be interesting to see as the game develops. You know, Broken Arrow lucky to get a great shot and Oliver to drill it. Not really much in terms of an offensive set. We'll see how Broken Arrow continues to respond and be able to run their sets effectively this evening.
Good defense from Broken Arrow. No fouls there. Outlet pass to Lemons from Wallace. Now a kick over to Clark. He'll drive inside. Now a kick out to Dow. He wants a three-pointer. That one's off the mark. Long rebound, Wallace.
That's going to make Coach Wallace happy, talking about guard rebounding. A big focus from their last game. Already with one on the board in the second possession.
And now 2 on the board after Clark followed his own miss. Dow, tough mid-range fadeaway, gets it to drop.
Yeah, good passing around the perimeter to get a really decent high percentage shot.
You had talked about it, Adam. The guard rebounding was a point of emphasis in my conversations with Bo, in your conversations with Bo. He wants to see everybody on the perimeter get more active. He said he's 46 years old and could go get 4 rebounds a game himself.
I bet he can get double digits, man.
I think he underestimated himself a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah, but it's good to see some hustle, get those long rebounds, especially those 50-50 balls. I know that's been a point of emphasis in previous games, but I think, as you know, when you look at the final stats, a lot of times rebounding tells the story of the result of the game.
Wallace is able to buy another three-pointer in the early going. Hit all parts of the rim, but it fell.
Still counts as 3.
Wallace is shooting 30.4% from outside this season, and there's a tough three-point shot from Nehemiah Cole.
A little bit of a rainbow there to get in. I thought it might have been a little short. Nothing but net.
8-5 Tigers in front. Clark open on the backside, and he gets the bucket off the glass.
Good pass, good vision from Coy there to get down low on the blocks. Capitol Hill just kind of caught looking behind their backs, just kind of standing near the paint.
Drive inside. Cole is rejected with authority by Troy Bell.
Good job by Broken Arrow to avoid fouling in that situation. I think that's probably what Capitol Hill was expecting, is just get to the basket and hope that the whistle's blown.
Down there defensively. Ball inside. Geis, mid-range jumper off the mark. Now, driving in and kissing it off the window, 2 more.
Dow just being aggressive, getting that forearm in front, getting all the way to the basket.
And a foul on the floor. And it goes against Oliver Wallace. Capitol Hill comes into this ball game 0-14, 0-8 in district play.
Yeah, great steal by Dow. Here's some magic.
Now always going to put on a show when he gets a chance. 2-hand jam, and it's 14-5.
Corbin seems to have at least one of those a game, and he gets his first one about 3 minutes into this first quarter.
I'd expect him to get more than just one here tonight. Tiger defense should be able to suffocate Capitol Hill. Last outing against these Red Wolves, Broken Arrow got a 93-25 win. Wallace, one bounce, and it drops.
Interesting offensive set, running from Corbin over to the block, and then both Corbin and Oliver down to the baseline. Oliver able to drill another 3.
Shot blocked by Lemons. And he tried to quickly pass it out to Dow. Turnover for Broken Arrow in the backcourt. Wallace with 3 threes already.
Quickly. And really all 3 of those shots have been essentially, there's been no defense on him. It's been pretty much a wide open look.
Lemons using those long arms to tip a pass there. Had a shot block a moment ago. Oh, nice job defensively. Tough shot from Cole. He's fouled by Dow.
So that's that first time of Capitol Hill going to the basket, trying to get a foul, finally get that first one called. With Broken Arrow being able to score in bunches, Oliver hits down 3, before you can even blink. So Capitol Hill probably looking to see, can we get points at the free throw line with time stopped to try to put more points on the board and keep up pace.
Free throws brought to you by First National Bank, your hometown bank and proud district partner, supporting our students, teachers, and the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation every step of the way. First people put people first. Cole goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line.
Number 3, Matthias Sutton. Number 10.
Pretty aggressive substitution here from Coach Wallace.
Josiah Wilson, Matthias Sutton, and Will Sutton all sub on the floor. And it's just Oliver Wallace and Corbin Dow from the starting lineup.
A considerably smaller lineup here, with the exception of Corbin still on the floor. Kind of runs like the number 5 right now.
Ball moving around quickly, trying to break down this zone, and it gets Will Sutton wide open at the top. Misfires, but a high arcing offensive rebound for Corbin Dow.
Yeah, Capitol Hill not boxing out. Corbin gets back to the basket fairly easily. But good quick passing from Broken Arrow on that last possession to set up another open shot for Sutton.
Foul on Will Sutton as he's trying to stay in front of Cole. Cole's obviously the engine to this offense for Capitol Hill. And if they can keep him from getting going, you can imagine it'll be a tough night for the Red Wolves.
Yeah, Broken Arrow being aggressive defensively. Coach Wallace has to love that aggressiveness, resulting in another turnover and an easy layup for Broken Arrow.
21-7, Broken Arrow in front, 2:50 to go in this first quarter. Ball gets away from Capitol Hill. Good defense from Dow. Wallace on the outside. Now clearing up Will Sutton in the corner. Rattles around and drops.
You know, one thing we talked about pregame, Dylan, was just scoring in bunches and scoring points because it was a point of contention at Broken Arrow's last game in Putnam City. And, of course, you know, they've made some points off of turnovers, but Broken Arrow shooting a very high percentage right now. Everything's going down right now.
Timeouts brought to you by TTCU. Get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today. Terms and conditions apply with approved credit. We haven't gotten to talk about that pregame moment with Coach Wallace reaching 300 career wins. He was able to do that against Jinx not too long ago, and really incredible achievement, a real marker of the coaching success that Coach Wallace has had. Such a winning program that he's built here at Broken Arrow, and a really special career overall for him as a head coach.
Absolutely. You know, Coach Wallace, as great of a coach as he is, he's even better guy. You know, great colleague, supporter of all things Broken Arrow. You know, one of the easiest people to root for, you know, in his tenure here. There's a reason why he's been around for so long, is he's that consistent drive and success, as well as seeing that vision, not only in the short term, but also in the long term.
Matthias Sutton drives in and a foul on Capitol Hill, and this is going to be something that certainly Broken Arrow fans are going to be happy to see. That number one back out there on the floor. That's Gene Mason, that made his return from his broken ankle injury against PC North the other night. Only saw limited minutes then, and again tonight, expected to see just limited minutes, no more than 5 minutes total, but this will be his first shot attempt on the season, and he drains it.
Yeah, with Gene getting back into the fold, he's going to prove to be quite the difference maker as Broken Arrow gets towards the end of this month into the state tournament.
The numbers don't necessarily speak to the impact he had last year. He only averaged 5.6 points a game, but he came off the bench as a rotation piece for last year's team, and this season was expected to have the keys to the car. And obviously that broken ankle at the beginning of the season, at the very end of the preseason, slowed things down. But there's no slowing down right now. Troy Bell off the alley-oop pass from Mason.
Yeah, outstanding timing in the offensive set there. Pass from Gene right on the money. And you know, Gene gives this team so many more options offensively. It allows other players to be able to play off the ball. There's just so many things that not only adding Gene to the fold of what he can do as a basketball player, as a shooter, as a point guard, but what he also allows the rest of the team to do in terms of depth and how Broken Arrow can be able to beat you. And you know, Gene being a big part of this, it's also a testament to Broken Arrow and how they've played thus far this season, how successful they've been, and when they get Gene back at a full-time basis, they're going to be at full strength. It can be a tough out.
Will Sutton fires away from three-point land, and it is off the mark, but it stays with Broken Arrow. You might remember at the end of last season in the area around, Gene Mason really was able to elevate Broken Arrow and lift them into the state tournament with some shot making late in one of those ball games. And what he can do offensively will really expand the Tigers' on that side of the floor because he can score from all three areas. He can score from deep. He can score inside underneath with a lot of contact, or he can hit mid-range jumpers right in your face. So getting him back into the fold, as you said, full minutes here pretty soon. It'll definitely be exciting to see what a Broken Arrow offense and a Broken Arrow basketball team altogether looks like at full strength.
Yeah, he can stretch the floor, and it gives the depth a lot different when you're trying to prepare for Broken Arrow. There's just so many different ways that Broken Arrow can score and how they can beat you.
One of those ways is with Matthias Sutton just firing away from deep three-point range and making the lead 34-7.
Foul called on Tigers number 3, Matthias Sutton.
Foul goes against Matthias Sutton here.
15 foul. Number 23, Kevin Perez.
The other thing that really has got to excite you is right now on the floor there's only one senior for Broken Arrow. 4 of those stars out there for the Tigers, main rotation players, juniors and sophomores.
Yeah, and you know, a game like this right now, Broken Arrow has a very comfortable lead. It's going to give these players some valuable minutes to be able to continue to get real game time minutes so that when you start to get into the state tournament, the playoffs, you have some folks that have had some experience that can, again, contribute in a variety of ways.
Less than 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 27-point lead for BA.
Just a really impressive shooting night so far for Broken Arrow. Pretty much as the ball's gone up, it's gone in.
Mason fakes the pass, fires away, won't go. Rebound Wilson, quickly threw it up and almost got it to go. The Tigers will be happy. A 34-7 lead and a huge turnaround offensively for Broken Arrow. Just getting back on their home floor, getting into the swing of things here in the first 8 minutes of play. Tigers in front, live here on ArrowVision.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Second quarter of play, just moments away. Broken Arrow in front 34-7. Madison Dildine, our sideline reporter, was listening in to Coach Wallace in between the quarters of play.
Coach was just reminding them that we've got to watch possessions when the ball is dead, but he wants them to continue to play physical. He said, hey, it's been a while since we've had a quarter with just 5 fouls, so we need to keep playing physical and attacking the ball. Dylan?
Thank you, Madison. The other thing that Broken Arrow certainly got to be pleased with, I mentioned it, a total turnaround from where they were against PC North. Short three-pointer for Capitol Hill. 13 points in the first half against the Panthers the other night, and now 34 in the first quarter, and now 36 on the night as Clark gets the layup. Bucket inside for Cole.
Yeah, good offensive movement here from Broken Arrow. Quick passes. You tell a good way to get it set in the offensive set. Try to get a good shot.
Wallace floater, perfectly placed off the backboard.
Yeah, a couple great
38-9.
Couple great drives going to the basket, using the glass, getting high percentage shots.
Going back to that PC North game, obviously the Panthers, the top team in the district, and the only team with 1 loss on their record this season in 6A. Certainly one of the most formidable contenders for the 6A gold ball. And Broken Arrow at least able to take it to him in the second half. As much as the offense failed to show up in the first half, Broken Arrow kind of climbed back and just kind of stayed in it and kept it at a 10-point ball game for a long period of time there in the second half. But PC North was able to put the Tigers down and finish it off with a 53-37 win over BA.
Yeah, sometimes like that, those games can be a great learning experience. Not to mention, it's going to motivate the players to take an honest look, an assessment of where they're at, because on any given night, a team can get out on a quick start, 18-5, and you're playing behind. So those kinds of lessons are going to be important as Broken Arrow continues to play these last few district games this week and next week before they start to play in tournament play. So sometimes those getting knocked around a little bit will be able to focus them as they get into these last practices and really start to iron out some of the kinks.
Savian McAllister made his way onto the floor and shot up a quick three-pointer that didn't drop. So we've seen really the main 10-man rotation now for Broken Arrow. McAllister contesting defensively.
I anticipate seeing every single varsity player getting some minutes tonight.
Dow goes quickly toward the rim and lost the basketball on the way up. You could tell he wanted to hammer that one home.
Oh, yeah, he did. You could tell he was thinking about how he was going to get to the basket. Just lost it in the midair. Good job of following his shot. Great cut. That's the kind of stuff that Coach Wallace was talking about, is being aggressive to the pass, getting to the basket, fast cuts, being aggressive.
Savian McAllister at the free throw line with an and one opportunity. And the free throw good.
Savian, the freshman, getting some valuable minutes tonight. And Dylan, as you talked about earlier, there's a number of players for Broken Arrow, underclassmen, that you're going to look to in leading this team even past this season. You're going to get some great minutes tonight. Valuable game minutes. You can only practice so much. Getting real game minutes really matters, especially in the playoffs.
Be really excited to see what Savian McAllister looks like, especially, I think, as he fills out his frame. He has got a long arm, big shoulder body, and you think that if he could put some more weight on and become a real bruiser down low, he's going to cause a lot of problems in the 6A level.
Yeah, huge wingspan, just an athletic basketball player. So, again, getting some experience tonight, getting some game minutes, it's only going to help him get more confident and be ready when his number's called. Really haven't seen much of any defensive substitutions for Capitol Hill so far tonight. It's basically been these five players from the get-go.
Capitol Hill cornered.
I think Jeremiah Tatum, number 20 for Capitol Hill, is one of the only Capitol Hill players that's come off the bench tonight.
Now pressuring Cole. Stripped away by Wallace. McAllister in possession. And now Clark. Long pass to Dow. Baseline, reverse layup, no good. Clark on the follow.
Yeah, good discipline by Broken Arrow, even with the missed layup. Clark right in position to be able to put it back. Again, some really, really good things that you're going to want to see Broken Arrow do later on in this month. Great hands defensively. That has to be almost double-digit steals, I think, Dylan.
Dow to Clark, and he'll elect to go with the layup. 44, make it 45-11 for Broken Arrow. And the Tigers well out in front. We'll step aside for a quick commercial break. Come right back live on ArrowVision.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Back here live on ArrowVision. Broken Arrow and Capitol Hill going after it. 45-11 the scoreline right now. Tigers, as I had said, were able to beat Capitol Hill 93-25 earlier on this season. That was the highest scoring game for BA and the lowest points allowed on the season. So the margin of victory, the largest for the Tigers on the whole season. And tonight, looking like they're going down that same path.
Yeah, and again, we talked about getting off to a hot start, being aggressive, and pretty much right away with Oliver hitting 3 3-pointers right in a row. They haven't really looked back. I think the closest it was 10-5, and now we look up and it's 45-11. But being with the team and hearing the coach's message to the team before the game, look to see Broken Arrow continue to get to their offensive sets, play aggressive, play hard, get good habits, play the game respectfully, and get in there and be able to build on this. Again, Broken Arrow's coming off a tough loss against a really, really great opponent. They have a lot they have to be able to look at to continue to improve on the rest of this season.
Geis with the ball at the free throw line. Spinning around and turning it over. Dow to McAllister. Power dribble and stripped but fouled.
Almost a little too pass happy there. I think if Corbin just went up, he probably would have got an easy layup. It was a little awkward handing it off to Savian there. And then Capitol Hill able to get their hands in. That might be a play that Broken Arrow watches back in practice and go, okay, if we have these kind of numbers, this is what you should probably be doing. That way we don't have to get a low percentage shot and try to get to the rim.
McAllister, missed that first free throw.
Not to mention, there's not a lot of players in the state that can actually face up with Corbin if he goes to the basket.
McAllister goes 0 of 2, but Clark gets the offensive rebound. Wallace, long three-pointer, airballs it.
Yeah, just a little quick to pull the trigger there. That's, again, probably another one of those offensive sets that Broken Arrow looks at in film. Take a look to see, okay, what can we look at this? Let's not give away a possession. You want to, no matter what the score is, you still want to make sure you're playing clean, you're taking great shots, and running your offensive sets.
Cole, tough shot, trying to go over the top of Dow. And a foul against Geis.
Take it from now national champion Kurt Signetti, plays every possession like it's 0-0.
3:35 of the second quarter. We made it that far before the Indiana reference made it in.
I've been itching, man. I've been itching.
Congratulations to your Hoosiers. I want that to be said. That's from all of Broken Arrow. We're all congratulating you.
Yeah, man, it was amazing. I lost my voice for a week. I still really can't believe what I saw. But like anything when we watch sports, it's great coaching, it's great culture, players believing in the system. And, you take a team like that, like Indiana, literally the most losingest team in all of college football. 2 years later, national champions, undefeated. Just an inspiring sports story. And you pretty much bank on the next 10 or 20 years, you're going to see a great movie based on what we just saw this past fall and winter. And as a proud Indiana University alumni, I, as much, love the university, follow it. And I told you this, Dylan, I never thought I would see that.
I think I told you, I don't think anybody really, I didn't expect that. It kind of came out of left field, and I think it's really a fun story to follow if you're just a casual fan. Like for me, I don't have like a university that I root for. So for me, I'm just rooting for whatever is going to end up being the best storyline or who's the underdog or whatever the best game is. I'm watching that one. And so for me, seeing Indiana finishing on top was really exciting. Really high lob for Bell. Got away from him, but Sutton gets the finish.
Yeah, as an alumni, being able to see them play Notre Dame at Notre Dame Stadium last year, they got beat, but then all the things they were able to do this year, I was able to see them play in the Rose Bowl, and it was kind of surreal to be able to see all of that. But again, it's a story that no matter who you are, you can take something from it. If you're an athlete, if you're a coach, if you're a fan, if you're an alumni, it's just the power of coaching, the power of working hard and being a team, getting not only the players but also your coaching staff united and being coaching. Indiana won that Alabama game 38-3, and they were really playing every possession like it was 0-0. And those are some of the things that, great coaching will do, is you want to make good habits. You want to get into those good habits no matter what the score is, and that's what Coach Wallace was talking to Broken Arrow before this game, because you got to make sure, no matter what the score is, you have to play clean. You got to make sure we do what we do, is what he said. And you're going to see Broken Arrow be able to work on those type of things between now and their next game on Friday.
2:02 to go here in the second quarter. 50-15 the lead for Broken Arrow.
Also, the Indiana win in basketball against Purdue was pretty sweet too, Dylan, if I must say so myself. If my oldest brother and my dad are listening, as my dad a Purdue alum.
Should I, on behalf of them, maybe humble you because your Bears didn't do so well?
Hey, at least we beat the Packers twice. So I've been pretty fortunate. So
back here inside the Tiger Fieldhouse.
Good to see Broken Arrow on this possession, still being aggressive defensively, making Capitol Hill put up very, very contested shots. Hands are up, lots of movement. So again, Broken Arrow still playing tough. Gene back in the second quarter. Got a little bit out of control, getting that rebound and pushing it up floor.
Cole spins away from Wilson, tries to get a shot up and lost the ball on the kick-out attempt, and Will Sutton has all day to take the layup.
William Sutton with the Tiger basket.
Got a little concern there with Gene. He had a kind of an awkward stumble coming across half court. He looks to be fine.
An offensive foul called against Capitol Hill.
It's one of those where you could tell that Gene wanted to push it up, but maybe didn't have the numbers like he thought, so got a little bit out of control. Those are the kind of things, Dylan, that are going to be valuable for Gene to be able to get some of these minutes in before the next few games, just getting more comfortable with that game pace, being out for so long. And I believe he'll start to have some of those restrictions. You'll start to see him play a little bit more off of the injury as we get a little bit closer to the end of the month.
It's the short-range jumper to fall, and it's 56-15. Mason with 2 made shots tonight. Wasn't able to even get a shot attempt up against PC North. Certainly good to see himself get back into the scoring column. Does have a black brace on that right ankle. And you got to imagine he's kind of testing it over time as well and seeing that range of motion and what he feels confident enough to really go after. Troy Bell wants a three-pointer. No good. Offensive rebound, Wilson, but time runs out. It's 56-15. All smiles from Bell. I think the team wanted him to hit that one almost more than he did. Broken Arrow well out in front of Capitol Hill, as expected, and Bo Wallace is with Madison Dildine on the floor.
Coach, what do you think has been executed effectively so far?
Well, I think our kids are just playing hard, and after the last game with them and the score that like it was, it's easy for kids to come out here and just kind of be complacent. So I'm pretty happy that they're just playing hard and doing what we need them to do.
What are you looking for in the next half?
Just the same thing, and probably get some other guys involved.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madison. Thank you, Coach Wallace. And Adam, as we had said, that's kind of what's expected. The other side of this is really the mental side and making sure that you're completely and fully checked into this ball game and having to create your own energy. That's another challenge as well, trying to amp yourself up and get ready for this one. Broken Arrow obviously came out. They were ready. 56-15 the scoreline here at the half.
Yeah, I mean, great coach teams are going to come out and still play hard no matter what the score is. And I have no doubt that's what Coach Wallace and his staff are going to talk to the team about is like, great, played a great half, had a lot of great open shots. Everything seemed to be going right in terms of how Broken Arrow was playing offensively. But look to see, again, like Coach Wallace said, more players getting involved in the offense. But I think you're going to see more of the same. Again, let's not forget the game they played earlier, and they're still kind of reeling from that. They're going to want to get that out and be able to get out and moving. So I absolutely see them getting that high energy, playing hard on defense, and getting good shots.
As we reach the midway point of this ball game, we'll step aside for the halftime show brought to you by St. Francis.
boys basketball head coach Bo Wallace recently surpassed 300 career wins, and Dylan Rivera was there to catch up with him post-game.
Well, I'm here with Coach Wallace at the Frank Harold Fieldhouse in Jenks. A little bit of a different place, but a big reason why we are here. You're a little wet because this was win number 300 for you.
Yes, sir.
First question is, how does it feel?
Well, and I've told everybody, the biggest thing is I look back at, our players and our coaches that have helped me catch that milestone, because I don't do it alone. And we've had really good players, from my son Devon Anton to DJ to Tony Hall, Braden Boyer, Caleb Huffman, even Caleb Porter from East Central. Like, I could go through a long list of guys, but then having Coach King and Coach Cantrell, my brother, Coach Chris, and staff, Coach Hump, they're all part of this for me. And so it's great, and I think one day I'll look back and really, really celebrate it, but it's always good to reach another milestone.
Yeah, absolutely. It was maybe not the prettiest way to get to 300. It was a hard-fought win tonight. Get me through how it just went and just those emotions after the game.
Well, I think part of it is their best player wasn't playing, and telling our kids that before the game, sometimes that, it kind of changes how your focus level. But I think they did a really good job in their zone of taking things away from us and making sure that we didn't get comfortable. They mixed up a bunch of different things, and so Coach McChesney, I thought he did a really good job of just taking us, and then they got a lot of 50-50 balls early, and we had to find a way to start doing that in the second half, and then we got Corbin going in the second half, which is what we need to do pretty much every game. So happy for our kids, and we're sitting at 11-2 and got another one game and then tournament week.
Now, my follow-up question here is, did you know it was 300? Because I don't think anybody told you until maybe you were walking right into the locker room and you had a water bottle in your hand.
I knew it last week.
Okay.
I knew it on Tuesday when we won that. Coach King does a really good job of kind of keeping track of that, because I think last year I told him, I said, hey, it's 289, and he knew we were at 10 wins when we got that last one Tuesday. So besides that, I didn't really, you just coach, and you're just trying to figure out how to win the next game.
Well, now I know Coach King can't keep a secret, because I told him to keep it quiet. I appreciate your time, Coach, and congratulations on 300.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All in all, there's not a better place to work.
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
Working at St. Francis is...
It's very fulfilling.
The work that we do is hard. The work that we do changes people's lives.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job.
It's more than a job. It's a calling.
Looking for some iced caffeine, left you in the cold. No one knows why brown water costs as much as liquid gold. Told them your name was Brian, why does this cup say Nicole? But then you found paradise in your cup at the Quick Trip. No regrets to start your day.
Welcome back to the St. Francis Halftime Show. Safety is always a top priority in Broken Arrow Public Schools.
To enhance security on the high school campus, there are new buildings and fencing in place, detailed in this month's construction update.
Hey Tiger family, Dylan Rivera here with your monthly update on the exciting progress we're making thanks to your support of the 2023 bond issue. So let's take a look at a project that was completed this past fall and is already in use by students here at the high school. This month we're highlighting an important project focused on student and staff safety, the completion of new security vestibules across the Broken Arrow High School campus. As one of the largest high school campuses in the state, Broken Arrow operates much like a college campus with multiple buildings and open walkways. To enhance security while maintaining accessibility, the district has added several secure entry vestibules strategically placed to create checkpoints for easy monitoring by administrators. These vestibules, along with new fencing that connects them, help ensure that only those who should be on campus have access during the school day. The design balances visibility, functionality, and safety, providing peace of mind for students, staff, and families alike. Students using the vestibules must show their student IDs, and all other guests are still required to go in through the main office and complete the background check before coming on campus. With these new features now complete and in operation, our high school continues to offer a welcoming environment that also prioritizes safety and accountability for everyone on campus. These updates are another example of how your bond dollars are being used to make a real difference for our students, helping us create secure, supportive spaces for learning. Thank you for your continued trust and partnership. And we look forward to showing you more bond project updates in the months to come. Until then, remember that in Broken Arrow Public Schools, the best is yet to come.
Tulsa Bone and Joint, Northeast Oklahoma's sports medicine experts. We are pleased to help you and the athletes in your life with a number of surgical and non-surgical options. Tulsa Bone and Joint is proud to serve as team orthopedist for local high schools such as Broken Arrow, Owasso, Sapulpa, Cascia Hall, and Bishop Kelly. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward.
Thanks for tuning in live on ArrowVision to Broken Arrow Basketball and to our St. Francis halftime show.
Now let's send you back out there to the broadcast crew in the Tiger Fieldhouse for the second half.
Big shout out to Yuritsa Valerio and Kate Bell for hosting our halftime show tonight. Brought to you by St. Francis. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by St. Francis Health System. Now hiring across the region with multiple expansions, training programs, and scholarship opportunities. There's never been a better time to join a growing team committed to exceptional care. Learn more at stfrancis.com. Dylan Rivera here with Adam Waken, Madison Dildine on the sidelines. Of course, 56-15. Not much you can nitpick for this Tiger team as far as the first half goes. Is there anything that maybe you point to and say, sharpen up here or there, or are you plenty pleased?
Not really. I mean, you got to be pleased if you're Coach Wallace. I think the only thing is there's a couple times you could see Broken Arrow just kind of settle for an open jump, or settle for a jump shot that maybe wasn't the best look that could have been run. You know, especially with this era of this last year with no shot clock, you still have the opportunity to be able to get a really good shot off of the offensive set versus just forcing something up because you felt like it's been long enough.
A few seconds away from the second half getting underway. Did see in the girls' game that there was a running clock on that finish. We'll have to see and how the game is operated here for the boys' game. It's a coach's decision on that, so it's whether or not really Malik White, the head coach for the Red Wolves, wants to do a running clock and get the game over with, or if he thinks his team's got an opportunity and wants to play the full game to its fruition.
Yeah, Broken Arrow starting back with their starting five. Probably one of the last times you're going to see Broken Arrow starting five playing together tonight. Expect everybody to be able to get some touches tonight and get off the bench and get some minutes.
Oliver Wallace gets double screens and throws the lob to Troy Bell.
My goodness.
Watch your head, ladies and gentlemen.
Save that one for the highlight reel at graduation, Dylan. That one was outstanding.
Now defending Cole. Cole's really been, as I said earlier, the engine of the offense. He's got 11 of the Red Wolves' 15.
Yeah, Cole likes to go to his right, so you can see Broken Arrow just kind of forcing him to try to go left because he's just going to want to keep going around. Open look once again.
Dow drops the hammer, back-to-back jams for Broken Arrow.
I think Corbin Dow's going to be watching the All-Star Game slam dunk competition.
Taking notes is what he'll be doing.
Getting more ideas.
I don't know how much watching he'll be doing. He'll be writing things down. Drive inside, tough contest from Aiden Clark. Lemons the outlet pass to Wallace, and it's too far out in front of him.
Yeah, so Broken Arrow trying to, off of a defensive stop and rebound, they're going to try to, again, get to that pace that they like to run to be able to get those game minutes. That's probably another example, though, when you're watching film of like, okay, when you're able to get these outlet passes, let's talk about the angles. Let's talk about how we can improve. Regardless, you're not going to want to commit turnovers. Doesn't matter what the score is. Taking care of the basketball has been a big focus for this team all season.
Long jumper, no good for Capitol Hill.
It's been a while since Capitol Hill has been able to get somewhat of a decent look on the offensive end, to be honest with you.
While we have a moment, I want to tell you about Quick Trip. They are one of our One Club sponsors, bringing us this ball game. Proud partner of Broken Arrow Public Schools, investing in the future of our students. Thank you, Quick Trip. Clark dumps it off to Lemons, and he's fouled.
A good little pass from Clark to Lemons, and Lemons being aggressive to the basket. The opportunity to get to the free throw line. We don't see Coy get to the free throw line very often, so being more aggressive, getting to the basket, again, another point of emphasis from this Broken Arrow coaching staff before the game tonight.
Well, as sharp of a shooter as Lemons is, he struggled from the free throw line this season, 64.7% from the charity stripe. And he goes 2 for 2 there. Quick little sidestep, elbow jumper, no good. Now there's the outlet to Wallace, lob to Bell.
You could tell that Oliver was thinking about that before he even got the ball. Bell being the trailer, Bell can get up. And we might see it again.
Again. Dow this time, one-handed jam.
Broken Arrow putting on a clinic right now.
Feels like the Tigers are trying to put their foot down now so that they can clear the bench here in just a few minutes.
Just so many fast break points from Broken Arrow tonight. As soon as they get the rebound, they're just off to the races.
And Cole gives a 3 right back to the Tigers.
Cole with 14 of Capitol Hill's 18 points tonight.
Foul going against Capitol Hill.
Again, you love to see Broken Arrow still going hard to the basket, drawing fouls, getting points at the free throw line. Just excellent aggressiveness on the offensive end. This is something we talked about, just getting high percentage shots, running your sets, getting up and down. These are the kind of things that Coach Wallace and his team are really going to be happy with. Just continuing to be aggressive and get some points not only at the basket but also at the free throw line.
68-18 after the 2 made free throws from Clark. Cole wants a long three-pointer and left it short. Tigers off and running again. Lemons wants to get into the dunk party. He got stuffed by the rim, but Troy Bell's there on the follow.
Yeah, Broken Arrow just so fast to get up and down the floor. Just really challenging for Capitol Hill to keep up. Just the length and the athleticism of Broken Arrow. As soon as that ball is rebounded, they're just off to the races. So again, good coaching and hustle by Broken Arrow to continue to make sure that they're still pushing the pace and get high percentage shots to the offensive side of the ball.
4 minutes left in the third quarter. Rebound Bell. Clark's got an open floor now. He'll take the layup and finish it.
I think almost every basket Broken Arrow's had in this third quarter has been a dunk or a layup. I'm not sure that Broken Arrow's even had a jump shot yet. It's been free throws, layups, and dunks, Dylan.
I believe you're correct on that. I'm looking back at my sheets, and I think you're right. It feels like Broken Arrow's just picked up the pace and has really been able to take it right to the chest of Capitol Hill like they do right there. And 4 substitutions now for BA.
Yeah, again, Coach Wallace has to be really happy with the effort. Again, getting high percentage shots, being aggressive on the basketball, and honestly been aggressive in transition, been aggressive offensively. This is exactly what I'm sure Coach Wallace and his staff wanted to see from the Tigers coming out of the locker room. Not to mention, I don't think Broken Arrow's committed a foul yet in this third quarter.
Wilson pokes it away, and he's out and running. And he can certainly put on a show if he gets the opportunity. Not able to dunk it there, but at least able to get a little alley-oop layup in.
A good extra pass by Will Sutton on that break. Again, to get a good high percentage shot using the glass. Capitol Hill just really struggling tonight to be able to take care of the basketball, make efficient passing.
Another long three-pointer is airballed by Daniel Martinez. Mason up the floor. Now Will Sutton kicking it back out. Mason has time to let it fly, and it's no good. Goes out of play off of Capitol Hill and will stay with Broken Arrow.
I think for Broken Arrow is Will Sutton down on the blocks, getting aggressive to that rebound. Again, another point of emphasis from Coach Wallace before tonight's game.
Kick to the corner. It's Coy Lemons on the move for three. No good. (76-18). Minute and a half to go here in the third quarter. Ball going to roll out of play. Turnover for Capitol Hill. That clock is running in this second half.
I think it just started. Earlier on this quarter, it looked like there was some stoppage. I'm not sure if they do that in the middle of the quarter. That's what it feels like. Maybe it was post the last end of the possession.
Lemons for three. Expanding the Tiger lead by just a little bit more. Cole steps back, fires, and drains it.
Tough shot by Cole. Again, Cole with most of Capitol Hill's points tonight, 17 of the 21. The other 4 points for them coming from number 35, Ethan Geis.
And credit where credit's due. Cole's buckets have not come easily.
No,
Broken Arrow
not.
has played really good defense against him.
Again, yeah, absolutely. It's a great point because, being able to play aggressively on defense and make them take contested shots, obviously a part of the game plan, not only for this game, but to improve on from the last. Great crossover.
Driving inside, floating away from the bucket, misses it. Rebound Wilson, and now Mason up the floor. 10 seconds to go in this third quarter. Pulls up quickly from just inside the free throw line and cashes out. (81-21) as the buzzer expires on the third quarter. Broken Arrow in front by 60 points. 8 minutes to go. Keep it right here, live on ArrowVision.
Oh, I got my order wrong. This is me, Jessica. And this is Jessica, not my coffee. And my friend said, oh wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap. And I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Fourth quarter just about set to begin. In between the third and fourth, Madison Dildine, our sideline reporter, was listening in to Coach Wallace.
Coach said, hey, listen, we need to continue to rebound and play through any of the physicality that we're seeing. He said, we need to continue sharing the sugar because we're doing it really well, but we have to be confident with the ball. Dylan.
Thank you, Madison. Still a good message from Coach as the game winds down. And Geis getting a tough bucket there, plus the foul.
Foul called on the Tigers, number 12.
Cooper Malenik in the game now, getting some valuable minutes. I don't see a ton of Cooper, but looks like he's going to play most of this fourth quarter, if not all of it.
A senior on this Tiger roster.
Again, all of Capitol Hill's points coming from 2 players tonight.
81-24. Geis does not have 35. That was what was on the board. He's got 6. I was waiting on them to update it.
He's got 7 now.
7. And Cole with 17. Malenik wants a three-pointer. Strong on that one. And the ball will go out of play off of Capitol Hill as Perez tried to save it.
Out of bounds goes to the Tigers.
Looks like they'll try to clear up Cooper for another three-point opportunity from the corner. No good. Cole driving in and fouled. Another substitution set to check in for Broken Arrow is Adam Dodd, sophomore forward.
Number 3, Eli Cole to the line, shooting 2.
Free throw good. Again, free throws brought to you by First National Bank. Will Sutton will also check in, take the place of his twin brother Matthias. Give a quick shout out to the Broken Arrow Public Schools Foundation. They're committed to project graduation success. Visit bapsfoundation.org for more info. Callister gets downhill. Strong on his move. Dodd tried to get the follow, but he was fouled. They did not call it.
I think the refs are just kind of letting this one go at this point.
Cole drives inside, and they will call that one. And it goes against Dodd.
Foul called on Tigers number 21, Adam Dodd. First personal foul, 13.
Just about 5 minutes left to go in this ball game.
Cole to the line, shooting 2.
Obosa Obefun going to the scorer's table.
Number 13.
And Bosa will take the place of Will Sutton. I want to give a shout out to Will and Matthias's older brother, Justice Sutton, a former Tiger who was named D2 National Player of the Week not too long ago, William Jewell College.
Awesome.
And he is balling out there. Great success story out of BA. And still has his fingers in the Broken Arrow basketball gym a little bit because his younger brothers have learned a lot from him. I talked to Will Sutton in the preseason, and he said he looks up to his brother a whole ton, and he's really taught him and his brother Matthias all that they know because they're constantly in the gym with him and picking up different little tips and tricks from the older brother, and certainly helps to have not just one brother going through this basketball experience with you, but 2.
It's awesome. I can relate to being the youngest of 3 and looking up to my older brothers, just trying to, my entire childhood was just trying to be like them and trying to learn all the things that they learned. Obviously, you know, for us it was drumming, but I totally see how that is going to be passed down. It's really cool to see all of them still playing as well, and you know, the Sutton brothers here have a really bright future being both sophomores. You're going to see a lot of the Sutton brothers for the next couple of years here in Broken Arrow.
Absolutely. Matthias Sutton averaging 4 points a game off the bench, 1.4 rebounds, 0.9 assists. He's getting about 15 minutes a game, and he's shooting 42.4% from three-point land. That's really going to be the key marker there. Will Sutton, we've talked about it before, microwave scorer, 8.3 points per game off the bench in about 16 minutes per game. He gets about 2 rebounds as well, and he's really efficient scorer. Funny enough, in that same preseason conversation I had with Will, he said he believed he was the best shooter of the 3, but Matthias is shooting a better percentage than him right now.
Matthias probably had a few words to himself after he heard him say that in your interview.
Well, he said Matthias was the best point guard out of the group, so he at least gave props to his brother. Said Justice was the craftiest one. He knew how to get to the rim. Richie Pouncil on the floor for the Tigers. Cooper Malenik from 3, airballs it.
Tough angle for Cooper there. He was almost shooting it from the left side of the backboard.
Also out there for the Tigers is Brian Enegbenois. Mid-range jumper, too strong for Geis. Obeyfun and Malenik, 2 of the seniors on this Tiger roster. So, again, as you start to close out the regular season and turn the corner into tournament play, it's good to see these guys get out on the floor and get some valuable minutes.
Absolutely.
Adam Dodd checks out. They'll bring Savion McAllister back in. Again, Malenik off of a couple of screens. This time he'll put it on the floor and get inside the three-point arc and cash out on the mid-range jumper. (84-27). Geis up top. Looks like the head coach for the Red Wolves, Malik White, is emptying his bench as well. Get a lot of his other players out on the floor. A travel on Malenik.
Number 21,
Adam Dodd subs back in and takes the place of Brian Enegbenois.
Number 15, Brian Cardona. And number 25, Jose Saucino checking in for the Red Wolves.
1:15 left. Our three-pointers all throughout this ball game were brought to you by the Arrow Group. They are a division of Alliant Insurance Services, proud to support Broken Arrow Public Schools. With deep roots in our community, the Arrow Group provides customized insurance and risk management solutions for businesses across our region. Richie Pouncil can't get the dunk. Proud partners of education, proud partners of Broken Arrow. Blocked away by Bosa, but a foul called.
Foul called on Tigers number 21, Adam Dodd.
I actually booked it on Adam Dodd. Interesting. Bosa just pointed at Dodd
come
and
on,
had a
man.
laugh about it.
Number 11, Christian Guerrero. To line, shooting 2.
2 free throws on the way for Capitol Hill. Our pregame and postgame shows tonight brought to you by Tulsa Bone and Joint. They are here to help you keep moving forward. With expert orthopedic specialists and physical therapists, we'll get you back to doing what you love fast. Tulsa Bone and Joint, moving life forward. Tomorrow, big day for Broken Arrow Athletics, National Signing Day. And we'll have an event at the Event Center at 2 p.m. with tons of athletes across different sports going to be making their official declaration to be playing at the next level. And Enegbenois gets the steal, time running low. His teammates all want him to finish it off. The pass to the opposite side. McAllister rises up and two-hand jam will put the stamp on this one. 86-28, the final score for Broken Arrow, and a sweep of Capitol Hill here tonight at the Tiger Fieldhouse. Also didn't get a chance to squeak this in the girls' game tomorrow, National Girls and Women in Sports Day. Shout out to our girls' basketball team, all the incredible women that make our athletics ship go here at Broken Arrow. So many incredible coaches and trainers and strength and conditioning. Our Deputy Director of Athletics is Amanda Snyder, and she does a great job. Madison Dildine on our sidelines represents women in sports as well. So a big shout out as they continue to push and advance women's athletics.
Absolutely. Big day for Broken Arrow Athletics tomorrow.
And a couple of big wins for Broken Arrow here inside the Tiger Fieldhouse. Bo Wallace got to be happy as he wins 88-28. He joins Madison Dildine.
Coach, what were the keys to tonight's win?
I think, after our last game, we just wanted to come in here and just compete and play hard. And kind of what I said at halftime, I was just glad our kids kept the same level of intensity in both halves.
Who do you think contributed the biggest spark coming off the bench later in the game?
A lot of them did, but, really happy for Gene. I think that was his first points of the year, and just kind of getting him back and getting him kind of going again is going to be big for our team.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madison. And Coach knows his stats because those were the first points on the season for Gene Mason. Mentioned it before, averaged 5.6 points per game last year. That doesn't tell the whole story, but he's supposed to be the driver of this ship this season for Broken Arrow and got sidelined early. Being able to be back out there, that's just got to be a good feeling for really anybody around this basketball program to see him get back after it. And then tonight, able to get a couple of buckets, certainly got to bring those spirits up even higher.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and not only for Gene, but for that entire team. But with Gene particularly, that's going to be an X factor for Broken Arrow, and it's going to be a problem for other teams preparing for Broken Arrow because, like you just said, the tape doesn't tell the whole story from last year, and Gene can really be the engine for this team. And, again, we talked about it earlier in the first half of what he can do with this team, that they could stretch the floor, the rotations of what, Oliver Wallace, what he can do off the ball, and what other opportunities that Broken Arrow can do in terms of scoring the basketball. He provides an X factor that could honestly make a big difference later on in the tournaments.
Absolutely, and we got to see Oliver really get hot early on. Had 3 3-pointers in the first quarter. We don't necessarily have a player of the game, and tonight I think you could kind of go all around the roster and really point your finger at anybody, but is there somebody that stuck out to you in this ball game as maybe a player of the game?
I mean, when you have a win like this, it's a team win. And again, I don't think we're doing anybody justice if we try to name one person. Yeah. But again, it all started from the very get-go. One really bright spot, Oliver Wallace coming out and hitting 3 3-pointers right away. And you could just kind of tell, okay, Broken Arrow can kind of take a little bit of a breath and just control the game more. And that kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. I think, don't have the stats in front of me, but I'd be willing to say Broken Arrow was probably forcing 20, 30 turnovers, and so many fast breaks and so many shots, high percentage shots at the rim. I think we talked about the third quarter, most of that scoring all done by layups, free throws, and dunks.
Yeah, a really successful night for the Tigers, especially offensively, but again, forcing a lot of turnovers. That did the Tigers well on both ends of the floor. Close things out by thanking our Final One Club sponsor, our presenting sponsor, Shields. They have all your game day needs for football, basketball, soccer, and more with the gear and styles from iconic brands like Nike, Hoka, and Adidas. Shields has you covered. Located at the Woodland Hills Mall at 71st and Memorial, Tulsa Shields is a proud sponsor of Broken Arrow Public Schools. Obviously, we want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in. Stillwater on the schedule this Friday night. Another opportunity for Broken Arrow to come out and get a victory on their home floor, be able to be back on their home floor. That's just a positive thing to say for our standpoint. It feels like we haven't been able to be on the air very much, but a chance for them to come out and get a victory again, go back-to-back, and really get some momentum as you start to turn the corner into regional play.
Yeah, I mean, again, you're happy with how Broken Arrow played tonight if you're on the coaching staff. But then tomorrow it's all going to be about Stillwater on Friday because, you want to just continue to build upon the things that you've been doing successfully all year. But again, taking the Putnam City game, take it as a learning opportunity rather. And I'm sure there'll be some moments 99% of tonight's game is a really positive one for Broken Arrow, but there's still things to be learned, to be able to clean things up, not giving away turnovers, making great passes, and continuing, honestly, what did you do well tonight? Well, let's keep doing those things because regardless of your opponent, they're going to result in high percentage shots, and you put 88 on the board. A lot of that is because of what they were able to do defensively and then be able to hustle back to get, again, great layups, great high percentage shots on the offensive side of the board.
Well, you talked about not building bad habits, but you've also got to make sure you continue on those good habits, and that's going to be the key for Broken Arrow as they continue to move forward. Again, Stillwater in the house on Friday. We'll have that stream for you live on ArrowVision. It'll be me, Dylan Rivera. It'll be him, Adam Winkin. It'll be Madison Dildine on the sidelines, and we'll be here for you. And we thank you for tuning in here tonight, and we'll see you then.